I'm Janice Osborne. My first association with Rogma was back in 2002 when our church had a missions conference. And John and Marilyn Vandenacker came to present the work of Rogma at that time. And after explaining it in the congregation, then we would break up into rooms, into workshops. And so I went to the Rogma workshop, found out more about it. And even though I'm not a Bible scholar, I thought perhaps I could do this. Got involved with it then and got assigned several students. I've had I think 66 students over the course of these 11 years from 16 states in the United States and about 17 countries in the world. And it's been a wonderful experience to be associated with. I can remember a couple that really stood out. One was my own cousin. At the time that I got associated with him, I had known about him all my life because my mother and his mother were sisters. But Jonathan had had a really troubled life and had spent the majority of his life in prison or jail. And after his mother's death, in about 2007, the other three children were at the funeral and participated, and I became very troubled about the fact that Jonathan could not be there at his own mother's funeral. And the Lord began dealing with my heart about contacting him. So I did. I wrote him a letter and witnessed to him in the letter and told him about Rogma and the fact that I was involved in it with Bible study courses and that I was a grader. And would he have any interest at all in becoming a student? So he wrote back and said yes, he would be very interested in doing that, and we began corresponding regarding that. After a few months, he wrote me back a letter and told me that he had decided that since after doing the Rogma courses, the Lord had convicted him of his sin. And he literally got down on his knees beside his cot there in the prison and accepted Jesus as Savior. And he began to grow in the Lord, and we saw tremendous growth in him. Just very recently, her name is Mari, and she wanted a Bible study. We were trying to form a Bible study at church to help her. And I thought, well, if Bible study is what she's wanting, she wants Rogma. So I introduced her to that, and she just jumped on it and decided to do the 10 Commandment course first. So that's where she currently is now, and I believe she's on lesson 11. So very soon Mari will be finishing that. Back in April, after doing one of the courses, one of the lessons that's in the 10 Commandments, Mari said that she also knelt by her bed in the privacy of her own home and asked Jesus to come into her heart and be her Savior. And wow, what a wonderful thing to see her growing in the Lord. She's growing like a weed. She's also already got 2 or 3 people that she's trying to get interested in Rogma now and witnessing to them.